The sun beats down on the water, a relentless, hammering gold that turns the surface of the Mara River into a blinding mirror. And beneath that shimmering veil, the ancient world holds its breath. Here the heat is a physical weight, pressing against the banks where the red earth crumbles into the flow, and the air hums with the electric tension of survival, a vibration felt rather than heard. Deep within the suspended silt, a shadow hangs motionless, not merely an animal, but a geological force wrapped in scale and muscle. A creature that watched the dawn of mammals and remained unchanged, perfected by millions of years of ruthless selection. This is the Nile crocodile, the river's king, a biological machine engineered for the patient art of the ambush, drifting like a submerged log, yet possessing a complexity of design that defies the primitive label often cast upon it. To understand this beast, you must first understand the water. For the crocodile is not just an inhabitant of the river, but an extension of it. Its body a masterpiece of hydrodynamics and sensory perception. The dark olive armor, rugged and knobbly with osteoderms, bony plates embedded in the skin, acts as both shield and solar panel, absorbing the sun's radiation to fuel a cold-blooded metabolism that is a marvel of efficiency. Unlike the frantic burn of a mammal's engine, the crocodile's fire is slow, a controlled smolder that allows it to go months without food, waiting for the perfect moment with a stillness that mimics death. But this stillness is a lie, for the skin is alive with information. Covering the scales of its head and body are thousands of tiny, black, dome-shaped specks, the integumentary sensory organs. These are not blemishes, but precision instruments, more sensitive than a human fingertip, tuned to the frequency of the water itself. They detect the faintest ripple, the pressure wave of a hoof entering the shallows, the erratic vibration of a distressed fish, painting a three-dimensional map of the surroundings in total darkness. As the wildebeest herd approaches the bank, a chaotic tapestry of hooves and dust, the crocodile sinks lower, exhaling the air from its lungs to adjust its buoyancy until only the nostrils and eyes break the surface. Here, the anatomy of the assassin is revealed in the positioning of these organs, high on the skull to allow the massive body to remain hidden while maintaining a vigilant watch. The eyes, vertical slits of gold, are equipped with a crystalline layer behind the retina, the tapetum lucidum, which reflects light back through the eye, granting night vision that turns the gloom of the riverbed into an illuminated hunting ground. When it submerges fully, a third eyelid, the nictitating membrane, slides across like a diver's goggle, protecting the eye without blinding it, while specialized ears seal shut, leaving the creature alone with the vibrations of the deep. Beneath the ribs, a heart unlike any other reptile's beats with a slow, deliberate rhythm. It is a four-chambered marvel, complex as a bird's or a mammal's, but with a unique twist of evolution known as the foramen of Panizza. This shunt allows the crocodile to reroute blood, bypassing the lungs when submerged to conserve oxygen, sending it only to the vital organs, turning the animal into a metabolic vault that can remain underwater for up to 2 hours. It waits, the heart rate dropping to a mere few beats per minute, a biological stasis that belies the explosive power coiled within the tail. That tail, a solid wall of muscle making up half the animal's length, is the engine of its attack, capable of propelling the half-ton body out of the water with the force of a breaching whale. The strike, when it comes, is faster than the neural processing of the prey, a blur of violence that shatters the surface tension. The jaws, lined with 64 conical teeth, are not designed for cutting, but for seizing, driven by massive adductor muscles that generate a bite force of 5,000 pounds per square inch, the highest of any living animal, a pressure that rivals the weight of a truck concentrated on a single point. It is a trap of bone and sinew that, once closed, cannot be opened by force. Yet for all this crushing power, The muscles that open the jaws are surprisingly weak, a curious asymmetry in a perfect killer. Once the prey is gripped, the crocodile does not chew. It cannot move its jaws sideways. Instead, it drags the victim into the deep, utilizing the death roll, a spinning maneuver that disorients the prey and tears off manageable chunks of flesh through sheer rotational force. But to view the Nile crocodile solely as a mindless eating machine is to miss the surprising sophistication of its social and emotional life. As the dry season gives way to the rains, the river transforms into a theater of courtship, where the males assert dominance not just through violence, but through a display of infrasonic power. They arch their backs and head-slap the water, but the true spectacle happens below the surface, where they produce a low-frequency bellow that causes the water around their torso to dance and fizz, a literal boiling of the river caused by sound waves so deep they are felt in the chest of anything nearby. This water dancing is a siren song to the females, who choose their mates with discernment. The maternal instinct of the female Nile crocodile is a profound contradiction to her predatory nature, a tenderness that has survived from the age of the dinosaurs. After mating, she excavates a nest in the sandy bank, laying a clutch of up to 60 hard-shelled eggs, which she covers and then guards with a ferocity that challenges lions and monitor lizards alike. For 3 months she fasts, sentinel in the heat, waiting for the high-pitched, chirping calls of the hatchlings from within the eggs. Hearing their distress, she digs them out, and then, in a moment of breathtaking gentleness, the owner of the world's most powerful bite picks up the delicate, squeaking babies, creatures no larger than a human hand, and rolls them in her mouth to help crack the shells. She gathers them into her gular pouch, a throat sac that becomes a cradle, and carries them to the safety of the water. This nursery period is fraught with danger, for despite the protection of the mother, the young are snacks for fish, herons, and even other crocodiles. They are born into a world that wants to eat them, relying on instinct and the camouflage of their disruptive color patterns to survive among the reeds. Those that make it past the first few years grow rapidly, their diet shifting from insects and frogs to fish, and eventually to the large ungulates that thunder across the plains. As they grow, they incorporate stones into their stomachs, gastroliths, which act as ballast to stabilize their swimming and aid in the grinding digestion of a diet that includes bones, hooves, and horns, all dissolved by stomach acid so potent it can corrode metal. The crocodile's life is a long game, a marathon that can span nearly a century, during which it witnesses the generational turnover of every other creature on the savanna. They are the architects of their ecosystem, keeping fish populations in check, cleaning the river of carrion, and shaping the very fear that drives the migration of the herds. To watch a Nile crocodile basking on a sandbank, mouth agape in a cooling, gaping posture, is to look through a window into deep time, witnessing a design that nature got right the first time and never saw fit to change. They are the ultimate survivors, the silent watchers, the river gods that demand respect not through the roar of a lion, but through the terrifying, absolute silence of a patience that outlasts everything else.